Hello and welcome to the last part of this tutorial. I will be showing you how I make my highlights and shadows to really make this clothing that we've been working on pop. So what we do is take our black layer, make sure you make your grid visible this time. Take your black layer, pull it down to about 69% or wherever you feel comfortable, where you can still see the lines but they're not like in your face white. And then we take our texture and bring that down also so you can see the grid through it. Make a new layer, and here we'll be just mainly using blacks and whites. We're going to take our white for our highlight, and we're going to pick a brush. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's a hard brush or a soft brush, because either way you're gonna have to blur it out. So you want a fairly large brush, but not too big. Okay, we're gonna put that in the breast area, mainly where you would see natural shine, and we're gonna be working on one side only to begin with. Okay, there we have our white, and then we take our black, bring that down, and go under the breast where there will be a shadow. Doesn't have to be perfect, because it's all going to be blurry. And then a little bit at the top. Okay. And then what we're going to do is go to filter, and we're going to go to blur, and Gaussian blur. And then we're going to blur that about 6.6 or wherever it looks visually comfortable to you. There we go. And that is one side. We're going to duplicate this. Duplicate. And then we're going to go to Edit, Transform, and Flip Horizontal. And what many don't know is if you hold the Shift key and drag over, you won't have to adjust it as much as you would if you just did it regularly. Okay, now that that's in line, I'm going to merge this down with the layer. And then what we're going to do is play with the mode changes. I usually like to use softlight or overlay depending on how dark or light my pattern is. So at this point we're going to bring our pattern layer back up fully. And right now I really don't like how the overlay is looking, so I'm going to try multiply. And it's still a little bit too dark. Okay, soft light. You can play around with your settings. I usually use those three depending on what I've said, which for the texture. I guess we'll go back to overlay. Okay, since that's done, bring it down just a tad. Okay, you can do the same for the bum area, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this layer, right click it, and hit create clipping mask, so it's all within the base layer, so nothing's protruding. You don't have to use this since the opacity map takes care of that, but I like to use it since it makes it nice and neat. And you keep doing this until you're happy with how it's coming out. So I will be doing a few more things to this. I'll be adding the same black and white technique to make lines like where the sewing lines would be, and adding a few things. So I will meet up with you at the end of this tutorial and I will explain further. Alright, since that seems to be okay visually to me, I will go ahead and save it and see how it comes out on preview. So we're gonna save as, I'm gonna make it a PNG again. I'm gonna save over the first layer. Yes. Okay, we go into editor and we click on our texture layer. And then we add our patterned, newly highlighted areas. And to me, that is looking pretty good. Now, as you notice, this isn't usually my kind of style in making clothing, but I actually kind of like this dress, and I might submit it once I finish up a few things. And here's another thing: if you notice, you can see the edges are a little bit rough. So go ahead and use the setting, use blending, and hit apply changes. And this will smooth out those edges. But the only downfall to using this is if you walk in front of another object that has transparency, it will also it will prioritize over your clothing. So yeah, you could appear naked. So if you do not want this, so you can untick that, use blending, and you'll be finished. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as I did making it, and I hope you found this educational as the last videos that I had up, and better quality, of course. So if you have any questions or comments, just slap them in that comments, and yeah, I will be making new videos soon, so that's it.